Well, it is the story of one of the most powerful women, and it is here at the Peace Center.
For a lifetime of success, give me credit, I find ways of paying.
Avita's at the Peace Center, and it is sure to get you grooving. And lucky for us, one of the stars is here from the Food Network to Broadway. She is a singing baker who's now on tour with Avita. You may have seen her on the show Sweet Genius, and joining us in the kitchen is Avita's cast member, Allison Mahoney, with a recipe that'll take us all the way to Argentina. Isn't that right?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. You have such a great opera voice, and I would expect nothing less from an Avita cast member.
Thank you.
Well, so tell us, you came from the Food Network.
Yes.
You are famous for singing and baking at the same time.
Yes, I am. I was on the show Sweet Genius. It was a lot of fun, and I battled for baking and singing domination. And then I ended up getting the national tour of Avita, which has been an incredible experience. I just hit show 300 last night.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And with that, I thought, what would be better and the best way to make friends on tour than to bake? So I was inspired by the Argentinian cookie, which is an alfajores cookie. It's a butter cookie with dulce de leche in the center. It's so delicious, it's rich, it's sweet. And I thought, I could make that in a cupcake. Why not?
Why not?
So during rehearsals, I kept bringing in cupcake after cupcake after cupcake, being like, please try it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, how did you stumble upon such a recipe?
Well, I sort of experimented quite a lot. And one of the biggest tricks is brown butter. Now, just take a smell.
Oh,
now,
you guys, I wish I had smell-o-vision. This is delicious.
Brown butter is the best. And all you have to do is just put it on the stove and wait for it to turn brown. It'll get this sort of nutty flavor. And all you want to do is just add that into your flour, which I call this a reverse cream. It creates a fluffier texture to your cake.
Is that easy to blend?
It is.
Looks like it might be a little
It's a little
messy.
tricky. It might be a little messy, but you know, if you make a mess in the kitchen, it's not that big of a deal. So you want to give it like a little mixy. Exactly. And see, I made a little mess, but who cares? Baking is fun.
Who doesn't love to sing as they bake too?
Exactly. And so then you want to add in some sugar, because as we all know, a spoonful of sugar makes everything taste better. And some salt and baking powder. This is a really easy recipe. There are a couple of things that are make ahead, like the brown butter and the dulce de leche. But once those are made, you can keep them in your fridge and then just
it won't
take
go
them
bad.
out. They don't go bad. You just have to make sure that they're in an airtight container. You add your wet ingredients. You know, I make a buttermilk.
That looks so creamy.
Yeah, it's creamy because it has apple cider vinegar in some milk, and it makes like a buttermilk texture.
Yeah.
And then you just mix it up so that it looks like this.
Okay.
And you can see the flecks of the brown butter in there.
That looks so good.
Doesn't it look delicious? And it smells delicious. And then you just add, if you want to, you can just fill some of these cupcake tips.
I would love to.
And oh my gosh, you should be on our show.
Oh, you are too kind. I don't know if the people would like that, but
yes, the people, we love
I'll take
it.
the job offer on the side, maybe.
And then you just want to put these in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes or until a toothpick comes out cleanly. So the other part of this is making your dulce de leche and then making a dulce de leche frosting, which is so easy. Once you have your dulce de leche, oh, well, you're just going to have to try it.
Yeah, it's delicious.
You just want to have 4 cups of confectioner sugar.
Okay.
So you just pour that in.
No big deal, just 4 cups.
Just 4 cups. You know, everything tastes better with a little salt and a little sugar.
And butter.
And butter. So 2 sticks of butter and then a cup of dulce de leche. And, you know, I like to add a little bit of salt because I always think that things taste better, and especially
it adds
caramel.
a little something.
It does. You're right. It adds a little something.
That looks kind of like caramel, doesn't it?
It is. Dulce de leche is a very similar taste to caramel, but I actually prefer it because it's less sweet.
So it's less sweet, but it tastes similar.
It tastes similar. It's basically just sweetened condensed milk, and you take off the tag, you put it in boiling water, make sure that it's completely submerged for an hour and a half, and it comes out into this like deliciousness.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna give that a little mixy, and then you take this.
It never gets old.
The mixy never gets old, I promise you. And then you want to take these, and this is what the final product looks like.
The final product after we stick that
After we stick in the oven, the magic of television.
Yes.
Now, I like to make little holes and add a little extra to it and put some more dulce de leche in the center. Now you can do it many ways.
Isn't that the namesake of the cupcakes? Too?
Yes, exactly. So you want it to be as dulce de leche full as possible.
Just fill it in there with the good stuff.
Now you can use many things to make holes. Oftentimes I use chopsticks. You know, you get chopsticks, your Chinese food, you don't know what to do with them, you stick them in a drawer. So you can make holes. You can also use the back of a spoon or a fork, and you just go in a little circle.
Very crafty of you.
Really, really easy. And you just go like this to make holes because you want to have some deliciousness. Then you add, this is the easiest way to get anything into a bag.
I do this when I ice cupcakes.
Yeah, exactly. So you just fill it. I like to use Ziploc bags because it's something I already have in my house. And then if you want to, you can give it a little dip, drizzle, and dunk. And just fill it in. And it's very creamy, and you want to give it like a really good squeeze. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And then with the frosting, you just give it like I like to call it the swirl and sprinkle. So if you want to give it a nice little, you drop it on, and then you give it a little swirl.
You're good at this.
And sprinkle. If you wouldn't mind trying it.
Sure. Do I have to sing as I do it?
I mean, I think everything is better when you sing. Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Maybe I shouldn't do that again.
And I have to say that these baked goods really, I mean, sweets are the way to get us through our shows. You know,
And I love that you do that for the show. I'm sure it really, makes it special for everybody too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and they're my taste testers, you know.
And remind us when the show is going on. It just started last night, right?
We opened last night. We're at the Peace Center, and we're here until June 29th.
Really?
Yes.
So exciting. And this is the first national tour, right?
It's the first national tour of the Broadway Revival. Yeah, and it's an incredible company, and the show was a lot of fun, and you learn so much about Ava Perón and, her rise to power and her fall, and it's a really beautiful story told by some incredible actors.
And you play the mother of child.
I play Mother of Child, yes.
So we'll see you singing in there too.
You will.
I cannot wait to taste this and stuff it in my face. I'll spare you guys all that visual, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, coming up on Studio 62, why two wrestlers are getting ready to go head to head. That's next.